Hello everyone, it's Maria here from pepperlyrose.blogspot.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Sydney, Australia. Thank you for joining me. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I appreciate every one of you who watches and enjoys my videos, and those that have subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and those that have given me the thumbs up too, I appreciate those as well equally. And it's quite a joy when I see that people are enjoying my tutorials, because that's what I'm doing this for. So yeah, enjoy. So today I'm going to make a thank you card. This is a card that I will be giving to my customers this month for those that have placed an order, and I'm just using some products from our annual catalogue, and I'm using the Vintage Leaves stamp set. I absolutely love this photopolymer set, so it comes like that. I'll be using this image here today along with the leaflet framelits, and I'll just grab this one whilst I've got it out. So that's the framelit we'll be using today. I'm also using the Woodland embossing folder. I'll take that out of its packet as well, and it's a 6x6 folder, 6 inch by 6 inch folder. So that covers a large front of a card, which is amazing. So I love this. I'll be using that today. I'm also using the Crazy About You stamp set, and I'm using the the So Much sentiment off that one. And I'm also using Gorgeous Grunge, and the thanks, it's cut out using the Hello You Thinlit dies. I cut this out for a project that I did last week, and in the end I didn't use it, so I thought this will make a great addition to the card that I'm making today. And it's a nice thank you card, and I'll be showing you a fun technique with this stamp set, which you will enjoy. And I'm also using these splatters from the Gorgeous Grunge. I think I mentioned that before. So we'll pop this over. I'll bring in my card base. I've got some thick Whisper white cardstock. It's an A6 cut in half and then scored in half again to make our card base. So it's a lovely thick card base. And I'll just grab my bone folder and just burnish that score line. Please excuse my voice today. I've been a bit unwell with the cold virus, or a flu virus, and I'm not feeling too crash hot, but I really wanted to show this to you all because I think it's really lovely. It's a lovely project. Okay, so I've done that now. I'm just going to bring some Whisper White, so it's just a panel that you fit on the front of an A6 card. You can make this card to any dimensions you like, so I'm not going to give dimensions for this card because you can do this any way you wish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the So Much sentiment on here, but I want to, just for placement's sake, see whereabouts I'm going to stamp that sentiment. And I'm just thinking sort of along the lines of down here. So before I start embossing everything and sticking things down, I'm just going to stamp the So Much to begin with, and for that I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. So I've just inked that up now, and I'm going to use my table as a guide, and I'm going to stamp that just along here. I'll just hold it down for a few seconds and I'll just stamp that there, so that's done. And then I'm going to grab my crumb cake ink, and I'm going to use the Gorgeous Grunge stamp set with that splatter here, and I'm just going to stamp some splatters onto that. So I'll just mount it on my block here, and I'll use crumb cake, and I'm just going to have a very light touch. I think when it comes to splatters, just use a light touch. So I'll just stamp that just along here and here, and I think that will do just a couple of times. And I'm just going to clean off that stamp because I'm going to be using the other side, and I don't want to get my ink all over my work surface. Whoops, so that's come off. So I'll just pop that away. And I'm now, oops, it's stuck to my table. I'm now going to grab my Woodland embossing folder, which I dropped on the other side of the table, so bear with me for a sec whilst I bring that up. Okay, so there's my Woodland embossing folder. I'm going to grab my Big Shot. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to bring the right platform. Just hang on a second. Okay, got my Big Shot platform. And I'm going to put on a cutting plate. I will add now my stamped card base there. And I'm going to put it this way. I think that the branches should sort of go up as well, so I'll just do that along here. I've got it like that. I've lined it up down the bottom. So this just fits across, so just be very careful that you don't, that it doesn't go on the sides. So crank that through. Take the Big Shot away just for now. And I'll just show you now the embossed piece of cardstock. So there you go, that looks really lovely already. Love that. So I'll just put that to the side for now. And what I'm going to grab is some watercolour paper. And I'll just grab that leaf stamp from the vintage leaf stamp set. So that's this one over here. And I'm just going to show you a fun technique, which I promised another viewer that I will feature again this week. And I've got some markers. So I've got some soft suede, rose red, crushed curry, old olive, and tangerine tango. These are beautiful autumn colours. I love these. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to actually be putting marker straight onto the stamp set. Not only can you do this technique with your rubber stamps, but you can also do this quite well with your photopolymers as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the soft suede. Actually, before I do soft suede, I'm going to use my old olive, and I'm just going to just randomly apply some green, and then I'm going to use a bit of soft suede, and I'll just colour along the bottom of that stem, and then just along a few of the edges. Okay. Then I'm going to use a bit of crushed curry, and I'll just just apply the colours close by. Try and do your darker colours first, which I didn't do. I'll just quickly, excuse me, excuse me, pardon me for that, sorry about that. I'm just going to apply some tangerine tango, and I'm just going to just colour in just the bits and pieces here. And each one will be done in a unique way, so there's no right or wrong. Just do whatever you think feels right for you. Okay, I'm just going to huff on this, and I'm just going to stamp this down. If I don't like it, I can always change it around. So, because the technique I'm going to show you is going to be, yeah, we're going to watercolour this. It's kind of faux watercolour look, not a new technique. I'm just going to just spritz my stamp because I want to use different colours for my next image. So basically, I saw this technique from another fellow Stampin' Up demonstrator, Dina Rico, where she used she used the same stamp set, but she did hers a bit different. I'm doing mine a bit different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to like pull the water like just apply a watercolour wash over those colours, and I'll just blend them all together, and it'll look like a real leaf. So this is not, you know, anything unique in any way, but I just love this technique and I wanted to share it with you as well. And it's just perfect for the occasion that I need this for. So I'm just going to apply a little bit more green in this one, and I'm then going to apply some Tangerine Tango. I'm going to huff on this one. And I'll just stamp directly onto the watercolour paper. Okay. And I'm going to do one more just so that I have a little variety and see how I'm going to arrange them. So I'm going to do another one. Just clean that stamp off. And I really love rose red in this. So I'm going to actually put crushed curry first for some of these. Just put a little bit of crushed curry everywhere. Just put your lightest colour first. Then I'm going to add a little bit of green, old olive, just a bit here and there. And then I'm going to apply some rose red. Just a little bit of tinges of red. I love those leaves that have a little bit of red. So, you know, you can do this any way you wish. There's no right or wrong. And I might add a little bit of speckles of brown just here and there. Okay, I think that looks great. So now I'm going to huff on these as well. And I'll just stamp directly down. Okay, so now we've got 3 leaves that all have different colours. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my aqua painter. I'll just get the water going to the brush end. That's coming on nicely. And I'm just going to start going over the image with my aqua painter. And as I said before, there's no right or wrong way of doing this. You do it any way you see fit, and let the colours kind of all blend together, but don't over mix it, because you will give it, it'll become a big brown mess. So yeah, because we're going to cut this out with our framelits after this is kind of dried off. So yeah, a bit more water. You can pull in quite a, it depends what effect you want. I'm putting in a bit more water. And if you're not happy with, say, the amount of colour there, you can always add your marker onto there and just dab it on as well. And just blend that all up. And a bit more there. Just wiping it off for now, and I'm just going to do the same on this one. I don't know if I'll use that one in the end, but it looks lovely. So just watercolour. And all leaves have different, you know, colours, especially in autumn. Different pattern colours, and just beautiful. I love autumn. It's one of my favourite seasons is autumn. And I find this incredibly therapeutic. Absolutely adore this. So even if I go outside the lines, it really doesn't matter, because we're going to cut around it anyway. Okay, so here's another leaf here. I might use the 3, or I might use just the 2. I'll see how it goes. Haven't made this particular card before, so I'm just kind of going with the flow on this one. Just has a beautiful effect. So the colours just blend together. Okay. So that's how it looks. Isn't that beautiful? It just looks like a real leaf. Absolutely love it. And I've also seen Patty Bennett as well, another demonstrator, that did something similar to this as well. So you can use ink pads, or you can use, you know, your markers. You can even use sponges if you want to as well. But I'm using markers because I just find it easy. And as I said before, I'm a really lazy watercolorer. So if it makes this look effortless, then I will do that. Okay, so I think I'll blend that out a little bit more. Okay, I think that's done. Blend that out a little bit more too. Just don't want it to look harsh. I want it kind of to blend out. Make it look like a real leaf. Okay, I think I'm done now with the blending out the colour. So I'm just going to grab now my Big Shot again, and I'm going to use my magnetic platform this time. Okay, and a cutting plate. I will add the watercolour paper, and I'm just going to use the framelits. I'm just going to position that over the top, and as I said before, it doesn't matter if you did it like precisely and having the border, or you mixed it up a bit. It just looks lovely like this. So I'm just going to do that and crank that through the Big Shot. Okay, so that's one. And that's how that looks. Isn't that beautiful? And any colours you see there you don't like, you can always pick up some colour and fix that up. So I'll leave that as an option. So I'll let that sit there to dry for a minute. And then I've got this one here, which I may have to blend the colours out a bit more, but that's okay. Okay. Crank that through the Big Shot. And one more time. Oops. So that one turned out beautiful too. Just looks like a real leaf. It's just gorgeous. Love that effect. And I'll do the last one here. And they will all turn out different, which that's what's so beautiful about this technique is that they're all different, all beautiful. Hang on, just make sure that's lined up so it doesn't go through. And crank that through. I don't know why that didn't go through well. Okay, all done now. So there we go. So pop that over here on one side. Okay guys, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blend out the colours a little bit more. And I'm just going to use my block, and I'll just make myself a little palette. So I'm just going to add a bit of green to those bits that you can see the watercolour paper. And again, no one will know that you've done that, so just grab that and just add the green. You can blend it in. And you can, you know, you can add a bit more green if you want to, or I think green will look nice with this. Just on the tips. And I'll just do that on the stem. That just adds a nice richness to it. So there's one leaf. Isn't that gorgeous? Just add a little bit more green on the edges there. Okay, another one. So a little bit more, just add a little bit more green. So I'll use my block as a palette and just pick up the colour. This is just so worth it. Just love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, and I'll just keep colouring just a little bit more colour. And this is all using the markers, so you know, it's nice and easy. Okay, keep colouring. And see, that looks a lot better, doesn't it? Okay, and again, I'm going to use Old Olive. So, oh, oops, wrong end. Use the brush tip. And this will finish that all up. So yeah, you can do this easily. It's not hard to do at all. It's just a great technique. And you can add any other colour you wish. There's no right or wrong. You can even add more brown, more orange, oops. You can make it any way you want it to look. A little bit more green. And see, there we go. Isn't that beautiful? They look like leaves. Absolutely spectacular. Love it. Okay. I'm just going to dry these off with my heat tool, and I'll come back and we'll assemble the card together. Okay, just hold on a second. Hi, I'm back. Thanks for waiting. So yeah, what I did was I just added the heat tool and I let them dry, so they're nice and dry now, so we can put them now on our project. So you can either let them dry naturally, which will take, you know, a good half an hour to an hour or so, or you can get your heat tool and just dry them off. Okay, so we'll just put the leaves to one side for a moment. I'm going to bring my card base back, and I'm going to add that emboss panel with the Woodland embossing folder. So I'm going to use some fast fuse, and I'm going to put that along the edges, and I'm going to now attach that onto the front panel, to the front of the card, sorry. Okay, so it looks like that. Really lovely. So I'm going to grab the thanks that I had pre-cut before out of gold foil using the Hello You Thinlit dies, and I'm just going to put that along the bottom like that. And it looks lovely in itself, but I wanted to add a few leaves, so I was thinking of adding these to the mix and adding this on top like so. But I'm not sure if I need 3 of them. So I was thinking of maybe just adding the one, and we kind of put that behind the end there, so it looks like it's attached on. I'm not sure, so I'll just have a little play. That looks nice. Let's see if this looks nice too. That looks lovely too, doesn't it? I love that. And then I'll put maybe some of this too, I don't know. Just have a quick think. I think I may only put 2 leaves. So I may just put 2. So what I will do is I will, yeah, I think I'll just put the 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get some liquid glue, and I'm going to, let's lay that out again. I'm going to stick these down. I quite like that layout, it looks lovely. So with the end part, just that part for the moment, I'm going to add glue all over the thanks. So I'll just add glue all those strategic areas where it needs it. Okay, now where the end is of this, I'm going to pop one of the leaves behind it, so it kind of blends in. So it looks like that. And then behind this leaf. I'll attach some glue down the bottom here, and I will lay this down, not stick it down, but just lay it down where I want it, and I will pop that behind like so. Oop. Okay, I'll attach some glue onto this, but I'm not going to stick it all the way down, just, you know, give it a little bit of movement. Okay, so pop that there. Okay, and stick that a little bit more this way. Attach a little bit of glue at the back of that. Okay, and with the thanks, I'm going to use my block to help that stick down. Okay, stick it down this way, and that. Oh, just a bit more glue. So yeah, just yeah, glue bits and pieces, see how you go. And there we go, all finished. A beautiful leaf thank you card. Easily done, and there's beautiful products in our annual catalogue, so don't forget about those. But I just love how natural that all looks. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to contact me. Go through my online store at pepperlyrose.stampinup.net and use the contact me section of that, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's project. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thanks again. Bye.